Game number 1. We have another match coming up at the Masters Clash, everybody. Team Ragequit against Inting for Ruby. And this is the last chance qualifier match between the two teams. We have a best of 5 series coming up now. And whoever wins this one is in the Masters Clash. Now, again, as a bit of a refresher, there were 4 tournaments in total, open tournaments, where anybody could sign up and participate, where teams could qualify for the Masters Clash. The winner of those tournaments qualified directly, so 4 teams are already qualified. Those 4 teams are 30K, the Hardos, the Donuts, and Chili Mountain. And then, based on how well teams performed during those qualifiers, the ones that didn't qualify directly ended up in a ranking. The top 8 of that ranking are now playing these best of 5 matches against each other to determine which ones of the teams are also making it into the Masters Clash, into the main event, where we will have 8 teams in total. So this is a best of 5 series that will show if either Team Ragequit or Inting for Ruby is one of those 8 teams. So this is pretty much what it comes down to. Game number 1 takes place on Sky Temple. And yeah, Team Ragequit, after how they performed in the past, I would honestly say that the blue team is probably having a bit of an advantage here over Inting for Ruby. Both of them teams that we've seen previously in Heroes Launch, both of teams are pretty solid, but I would say generally the power level of the blue team seems to be a little bit higher. Then again, time will tell. Pretty tough to honestly deduce at this point. So now that we're having our bans already out of the way, it means that Chromie is up, can be taken. One of the heroes that quite often has been banned out, but of course you still got that Sonya to consider. We still have a Nubarak up, we still got Varian up, but this is not really, I mean, we're not looking at the top 4 where we have like very strict patterns on how they are drafting and what they are playing. There's obviously always a couple of curveballs that they're throwing occasionally too, but generally speaking they have a thought process on what they want to do when they're heading into a game. This is not so much the case here for these two. There's going to be a little bit more variety in picks. Lucio as a first pick. And since this is Sky Temple, the speed boost of Lucio is going to help you a lot. Hogger gets picked. But I also want to keep Falstad a bit in mind here, since Falstad can do a whole lot of work. And we've seen that proven again by the Donuts, for example, as they played against 30K just recently. And they dominated the map with good global play that they could do. So we'll see what can actually be pulled off here by the teams, if they pick Falstad, if they pick Dehaka. I mean, especially when we're talking about someone like Mindtalk, if he doesn't go for Hogger, Dehaka is another hero that he plays a lot. Varian gets taken, and we get a Phoenix. Okay, so now you're immediately thinking again, Stukov, burst damage, anything that can really drop you here. I mean, technically speaking, they could go Planet Cracker after Taunt. Do I think that's gonna happen? Not really. Is it possible? Hell yeah. So there's the Stukov ban. Totally understandable. Don't want to risk anything here. And with Lucy already taken and Hog on top of that too, Abatha gets banned out as well. So Viking Abatha bans already against Inting for Ruby. And Inting for Ruby, they played a couple of games already with those heroes, but also some backdoor strategies that they used against teams that were way ahead of them, where they said, okay, you know what guys, we're probably not going to be in a position where we can really threaten them, but maybe we can cheese them and win a map or so. And that's something you have to keep in mind. There's again our Dehaka pick. Yeah, so that's the global, triple frontline for them, with Hat coming in for the last one. And yep, let's have a bit of a look here. Last 2 picks, Limu and Danazovsky are gonna take it. And by the way, talking about like the power levels, the one thing that I have to point out is that Team Ragequit is also playing with a sub player today. So apparently not the entire lineup could make it into this series. Ooh, Tyrande. Oh, I don't like that at all. Even with Varian, but again, if they get the kills, it's fine, but that could be exploited with a bit of aggression. Tyrande is always a little bit of he's taking a risk, honestly. If she works fantastically well, but it also can snowball very quickly against you. Anyways, Question Mark is a sub for the team. Sky Temple is our first map. Best of 5 series on hand here in the Masters Clash. Tyrande and Tychus the last 2 picks. I'd say let's go. Let's see which team takes the lead in this best of 5 at the last chance qualifier for the Masters Clash. Game number 1, Team Ragequit against Inting for Ruby, ladies and gentlemen. On the left side of the map, the blue team with Limu on Tychus, Danazovsky on Tyrande, Warwick on Sonya, Shizakir on Varian, and the sub player for the blue team, Question Mark on Phoenix. On the right side of the map, Inting for Ruby playing with Nox on Lucio. We got Mind Talk on Hogger. Hat is playing Cassia with a stacking on the Lightning Fury. Hogger, as so often when Mind Talk is playing him with the Journeyman Cooking on the level 1. Fish with a Stormbolt build for Murden. And Baby Houdini is playing Dehaka, going straight up into the Enhanced Agility on level 1. Alright, so now as all of this shapes up, of course, it's level 4 that the blue team in particular is going to wait for. They're trying to set some damage up against the bottom tower, and they're going to get some fairly easy one. It's roughly 50% of the HP that they could annihilate. After that, we have the quick move straight in from the middle from the red team as they're trying to, of course, deal with all of this. But, well, let's have a bit of a look of how this is going to work out. Because now it's 3 stacks and 1 on at least the Lightning Fury in the Perfect Storm. Trying to get a couple of additional hits connected here. And here comes Fish already in as at the top side. Warwick has started to rotate around this a bit. Again, in the early game, all of the players are going to try to get some quick kills in if they can. Especially the combo of Shizakate is going to try and capitalize on a taunt after level 4. And follow that up with the Tyrande stun to get the quick damage connected. They got Tychus, so I assume that they are going into the bigger they are here if they really want to burn Muradin down. So that's probably the best thing that they can do at this point. We also have at the same time our 1 versus 1 at the top lane still going strong. And here's the problem with Tyrande. If you just expose her to a bit of damage, she goes down right away. So that's an easy kill now against Tyrande to kick things off. And the camp has been stolen away by Inting for Ruby. Great setup for them at the beginning. That one was quite impactful. They can now work on their own camp and take that out. Yeah, again, Tyrande works incredibly well when you take the lead early on, when you are able to continue to drive the momentum and you are never on the retreat and never on the back foot. If you're starting to be in a more defensive position, she is starting to struggle a whole lot more because of how vulnerable she is, especially to coordinated attacks. If you, of course, are able to shield her properly, then she can do wonders for a team that is looking at dive compositions that want to snipe a hero because of her trait, because of the Hunter's Mark. So there's a lot that she can really bring to the table. I mean, even outside of the teamfight potential, you have her with good vision and scouting information because of the owl. Normally you have a rough idea of where you expect your opponent to be, and then you can still send an owl cross map and get all the scouting going. Now with level 4 in, there's the taunt. And they're going to try and make the play for Baby Houdini, who is now suffering the extra damage, but dodges out on the stun and is able to get away. So 3 heroes committing their time to the bot lane, not getting the kill. Good job by Baby Houdini, but it was close. If you coordinate it a bit differently and if maybe all of them show up at the same time, you can get that kill. You can lock that in. So that's exactly what we're going to watch out for, that particular combo. Now Tyrande is now moving up towards the top side as the 2 stacks already connected. With the bigger they are. Nice, that was a nice connect, getting actually 2 of them. Well done. The jump down into the mid lane and Mind Talk goes down and nicely done by Shizakate and Limo. So they were able to connect the taunt, and now with the 2 temples up, it's of course a question of who can get those shots fired. Kill for a kill, slightly inexperienced still for the red team. Seems like they're happy with an even exchange in altars now, or in shrines, in temples. I'm hitting it eventually, I promise. Like, it's been a while now, so after casting for 12 hours yesterday, today I already have 7 hours of casting under the belt, but eventually I'm gonna hit the objective that we're looking for here. So yeah, Sky Temple, temples, that's what we're looking at. The drag also connecting, that was a nice one. That actually got a lot of shots connected here from those 2 towers that he dragged them into. Now, up at the top, final few shots are being taken, and that allows them to go, of course, nearly for the 40 here. Hat is a bit in trouble, and that's a nice connect. I think with the grenade they could have finished the job here, but the stun came out from Muradin as he locks in another one towards his baseline. Good damage against the fort in the middle, of course, now too. And off we go. Shizakate is sitting right there. Fish jumping out. Nox providing some cover for him. And is now helping also Hat to stack a bit more. 11 for him. Still, Variant's a bit weird to see him on the rotation. But they could rotate Sonya, I suppose, but she's holding on to the top lane. Now with level 7 talents, we also got the Warfare. And another invade on the camp. They're going for it again. They're trying to steal away for the second time. Not sure if that's going to work again, but it's a 5 versus 4, at least for now. Sonya's rotating, and Tychus dies once more. They're getting a bit more damage in against Varian too, but the Siege Giants are already claimed. Baby Houdini was trying to go for the, well, for the drag and couldn't connect the tongue here. But it's 2 kills to 1. Siege Giant stolen for the 2nd time in a row. And if I'm the blue team, then I'm a little bit pissed at this point and saying like, guys, can we maybe focus and get our own Siege Giants at least once in this game? So, yeah. But for now, they're jumping out down here. We have also the Haka up at the top. Running the global on the map is, of course, a nice advantage if you can play it safely. They already have a half-level advantage, and that translates easily into an early level 10. And down here, no taunt this time against Muradin. So Fish is currently sitting at 50% HP still, as his trade is about to kick in. And at the bottom of the map, Phoenix against Hogger. Top side, that's where we have that Sonya and the Haka lane. But here's the level 10. They get it early. There's the high 5. And no big surprises. I mean, honestly, nothing really. I guess the high 5, yep, comes in already as they're trying to play against the taunt. It's honestly a pretty solid talent. I mean, obviously you can play with a sound barrier against Variants Engage and the Killer Comp too, but it's a huge cooldown that you're dealing with. This one is much easier to drop, and first of all, you're getting the Unstoppable, you're getting the heal as well. So there's a lot that you can do to just save a target, but even that is not guaranteeing that you're able to walk away with your life, as this in the little Engage proves. You got a kill against Muradin and against Lucio, both of them are down. And that's, of course, a nice push power now for Team Ragequit as they are starting to take this wall down before the objective is even channeled. They could easily move someone down to the temple, but they haven't done that yet. Instead, with only 2 defenders, they're saying, okay, let's take that wall down. The stun connects against Mind Talk. That's 11 connects already by Danazovsky, who's doing a very, very good job with these flares. And yeah, Shizakid has to go for the quick pause here, but they're in a nice lead now. And of course, initially it was them that were behind in kills. Now they, with a double kill, they are taking the lead. But more importantly, they can take now down the keep, or the fort, sorry, at the bottom of the map. I mean, that's pretty much guaranteed if they channel the entire temple through. All the way up at the top, Warwick has still played it out against the Haka the entire time. And now that they're fighting over the vision, I suppose that Sonya could move in, try and take him down here. We got the heroes back on the side of Inting for Ruby. They were just killed. But they have a lot of ground to cover now. Because, I mean, there's maps, there's camps up on the map now that you can take. There's also the boss camp that you have to be a bit careful about so that it's not being stolen away. But nobody has a talent advantage or a lead that is big enough to warrant a move onto boss. So instead, we now have also Leap, of course, for Sonya. Hasn't really chipped in any of these fights, and it's going to be mostly becoming an important issue whenever we see 5 versus 5 battles happening. Especially when Varian and Sonya are on the same page. They can go in with a taunt, and that is a guaranteed hit with Leap. So you can stagger stuns, and a lot of them. It's not only about the Tyrande follow-up, but once that you have a Leap, that's such a quick kill, it's going to be a really, really difficult thing for Inting for Ruby to keep everybody alive then. Of course, high 5 is helping you to an extent, but even around that you can easily play. We got Muradin at the front, so positioning is going to be everything. For Inting for Ruby, positioning is literally going to be everything because they're going to be sitting in a position where they have to say, if anybody gets really attacked by Varian, the chance that the follow-up from Sonya alone is going to drop the target is just way too big. So instead, keep yourself back, let the front line be played out by mainly Varian and Muradin. If anything, then allow Dehaka to play a role at the front. He at least has his Burrow and has also the Essence that he can pop. Can also counterplay that at least a little bit with his own ult. But if at any point we're going to have a taunt on, I'd say, Hogger, Cassia, Lucio, they are likely to fall. These two don't have... I mean, first of all, he has the hit points, but he can survive that. But Hogger and Lucio, they can really be blown to pieces in just a few seconds. And the damage output that we're seeing is already indicating that Tychus and Phoenix as the auto attackers are chipping in more than enough damage. I mean, 17,000 for the both of them. We got Cassia, of course, stacking, and in the late game, she's supposed to be the one that really delivers the blows here for Inting for Ruby. Right now, she's only sitting at 11,000 damage, despite the fact that she hasn't died yet. And we are in at 6.5 minutes, and we got 26 stacks. Now, that isn't too bad, but you still gotta fight at some point, and they are going. The first thing they're gonna lose right now, as the temple is taken, is of course the fountain. Once that's gone, you can't really sustain yourself through the bot lane any longer, and then losing the fort is pretty much just an inevitability. So instead of moving down to the bottom of the map, I suppose they could just try to go for a camp now themselves, but we'll see what they decide to do here. Currently it seems like they're making a play for the bot lane. With the Haka, I guess you can try to go for superior numbers, but yeah, they still try to take the battle. Now, with Sonya moving in, you gotta be careful, but he uses the taunt early. Now, Sonya could still leap in, has a chance. There's already a couple of slows available. Hoga pulls out, and Warwick is still around. And it's another 3 seconds for Varian to get his taunt back. And then Sonya can follow up. So they're actually forcing the fight here. But the fountain is gone, and there's the pre-tap, and that's the big problem. There it is, the stun. Sonya with a leap hitting 4 of their heroes, and the fish is dead. Muradin is down, and now they're chasing, and they are chasing hard. The turnaround with the drag. Baby Houdini surviving for a bit longer. The taunt against Cassia as Hat is jumping in to try and dish out damage. It's not working, as you can see here. And instead, we're now seeing the fort attacked. They're going for the boss at the same time. 5 kills to 2. Team Ragequit is doing very, very well here. Quick kill against Muradin. Follow-up kill against Cassia. Now they're going for the boss here. The red team sees it. I don't think they should go in there. They can't. They just can't. They're trying. Well, maybe Hoga can. Cam is about to be taken. The Haka is down, but so is Sonya. Down goes Varian. And here comes Odin, burning them down one after another. What a fight. And the objective gets taken as they're trying to turn it around. Yeah, question mark is still alive. Everybody dead or dying. The boss now at the bottom of the map. But look at that bloodbath over here. I mean, oh my god. Poga, Poga, Poga. The Haka down, Sonya, Varian, Hoga, all of them dying. It was just crazy. And now we have 8 kills to 4. They're a little bit better at this fight than I expected them to, but they still lost it. And now we have not only the boss moving in at the bottom of the map, at the same time it's Phoenix pushing the top lane for additional structures. And of course, Limo down at the bottom is soaking a few more shots. So those are attacking the top 4 directly now, which means that all of them could fall. And the team has also to defend the bottom of the map, where the attack is continuing too. So, yeah, despite the fact that the boss fight was a little bit closer than I thought it would be, they are still absolutely crushing now. They got camp after camp. This is, by the way, the first time they're going to get their own siege tanker. It's the first... I think it's the first time. Might be the second time. It's the first time, I think, that they get it. Every single time before, it was just stolen away. So, yeah, bad for them. But, yeah, here we go. Same time now. They're starting to move towards the Haka. Careful. Yeah, the rest of the red team is there too. Stormbolt and Tyrande. She can never be in that position. Never. If they get a drop on Tyrande, she is dead. That is just a given. Muradin with a jump. Where's that Stormbolt? There's the taunt. Stormbolt is there. They're trying to block the path a little bit. Hoga created space. And, well, that's the end of Varian. Inting for Ruby, they are not gonna give up this easily. And if you present them an opportunity to take Tyrande, they are going to kill her. Again, her biggest problem is how vulnerable she is. If she is at any point at the front, she is dead. No escape tool for her, and she can't do anything. That leap, nicely dodged. Baby Houdini, and coming in with a bit of damage. Fish takes the vision. Is he gonna jump? No. Not playing it too aggressive. Bronzebeard Rage is in. 15 to 15. Game number 1. Looking good so far. Quest continues as he hits another Stormbolt. 38 stacks now for Cassia. Again, she's not really doing that great when it comes to damage output because of stacks, but she's sitting at 27,000, which is the same that Hoga brings. We had 2 temples activating up next. Structural position way better for Team Ragequit, but that also means that there is still some experience to be had. And of course, with level 16 now just slightly faster for the team in red, they could have a chance of getting maybe even a kill. I don't know, we'll see. We have first of all, yeah, 16 on both sides now. But yeah, we get pretty much what do you see most of the time. Yeah, I guess Dwarf Launch is kind of interesting first and foremost, so they can start to jump around with that. Fish can be a little bit more aggressive here. On top of that, we also now get the Tunneling Claws. That's kind of neat. Top lane, by the way, is suffering a bit of damage, so that fort is taking at least some. Talking about forts, that one has just been destroyed thanks to the temple at the bottom. But they're doing the same in the middle now, and they're setting the entire team up for the attack. Sonya with a leap, they go for the taunt. Where's the avatar? There it is. They heal, it's too late. Muradin is dead, and now they're chasing them. and they're chasing them heavily. Cassia sitting here is like, let me out of here. Trying to mount. That one got interrupted. And here comes the next engage. Taunt wasn't ready as he made the move. Dehaka is still at the bottom of the map though, and gets at least the shots fired that could delete this bottom fort. And given how many there are left, if he would have stayed, he could have gotten all of them. But of course, you don't want to die for this one. Sonya has now retaken the middle of the map. Team Ragequit and Team Inting for Ruby, they're kind of close here. There's, of course, mistakes that are being made that are getting exploited. But again, I want to highlight that these two teams, they're fighting to be in the top 8 in Europe. And not really going to be part of the top 4 anytime soon. But as time continues, there's definitely potential that we're seeing improvements. And I feel over the last few weeks, you could already tell how these guys are got better and better with all the experience that they gathered here in the tournaments that they participated in. So, well, on the left side, off we go. Another campus gets taken. The Siege Giants on the right side are also getting locked in. Quick look at the damage output here. We currently got 44,000 for Tychus, 31,000 for Cassia, and 31,000 also for Hogger. Hogger has nearly the identical damage output that we're seeing from Cassia. It's like the third time that we're taking a closer look at the stats, and this is the third time that the two of them are on absolute eye level here. Now, the next important thing is that the boss will be back up in 10 seconds. So that's something to definitely watch out for. Normally you attack it with a talent advantage, with a numbers advantage, but I wouldn't pass it one of those two teams to at some point just decide that they're going to try and go for a sneaky one, which oftentimes isn't really going to work out for you. What works out for Dehaka is sniping that fort at the top as the team in blue is trying to get the camp here. And everybody down here. Yeah, didn't I tell you? They're gonna try and sneak it. They're trying to sneak it right here. And I don't think that's a good idea. If they get attacked, there's a leap, there's a starfall, there's way too many good tools on the other side. But they might just have the timing down properly. Yeah, there's the drag. They need to drag him off this. They get the boss, and here comes the attack. The leap comes in, the boss with the damage, and immediately whoops Sonya's ass a little bit. They go for Phoenix, and they get the kill against Tychus first. Muradin dies too. The fight continues. Hogger trying to pog out, but he dies. They're still having some heroes down here that have pretty much negative hit points that they could drop easily. It's unbelievable to me that nobody went for Tyrande and tried to take her down. That is crazy to me. Talking, by the way, about the bot lane, as you can see, this isn't really looking too good either. That Catapult and the Siege Giants are now taking the keep down, so that's a disaster. The boss has done some solid damage, but still, it's still a 2-for-1 kill trade, so they can't capitalize too well on it. And now they have to deal with the top 2. So, from a structures perspective, that bottom keep that was just lost is a nightmare to them. But yeah, they need to coordinate these attacks a little bit better on Tyrande in particular. Put pressure on her. She's one of the weak links in that lineup. If you can get the drop on the damage dealer, then by all means go for it. But if not, have someone that is putting a little bit of pressure onto her so that she can't come out, you know, with that trade all the time and with those additional stuns. Danizovsky, he can be blown away pretty easily if you get the jump on him. Now, either way, level 20 will be ready for the two teams soon, but now we got the keep in the middle destroyed, and they are all getting the shots fired towards the top. Sonya is starting to fall back here. I think he could have gotten a bit more and then just leap out if need be, but they are getting solid damage connected. And Inting for Ruby, they are in real big trouble. Crater is getting picked. Warwick just wants the fight. He can initiate now. Crater is in. They're chasing them back already. 20 is now available for both of the teams. But since the shots are taken, this might well result in another keep being dropped, and you can't afford to do that. You need to fight now. There's the Crater. Again, through the cage is down. So is the Dehaka. And they're making the play. But Sonya, she's a bit low, and unbelievably she survives. Phoenix doesn't, though. Phoenix doesn't survive. And now they're going for the backline here. Varian gets also dropped, and they're trying to go for Tyrande. She drops the stun, but she's gonna fall too, so that's 3 kills. And I hate to say it, but Team Ragequit, they need to go for it now. They got very few options. I don't know what they want to do, but they gotta go for keep. I don't think any other play will do here. I mean, what's the plan in the long run? What are you trying to pull off now? Where are you gonna go? Just trying to go for the Siege Giants and hope for a staggered kill? That might work, but let's face it for just a moment, they should have gone for the top keep. Because now you had a 4 versus 2 situation going. Dehaka can global in whenever, but there's nothing to take. There's no boss. You're taking 2 Siege Giants while you have a single keep left. That's not enough. You gotta do more. You gotta take some of these structures down. It's taking a risk, I understand. Totally fine. But you gotta take risks when you're this behind on the map. Especially on Sky Temple. With only one keep standing at the top, they needed to go for it and do damage. That's an opportunity that is a bit wasted. Now they're playing this very, very slow, and if Team Ragequit plays this smart, they have now a real huge upper hand. Now, there is one good thing for Inting for Ruby. There is one good advantage. They have a single temple coming up. So the team fight is pretty much guaranteed. Unless, of course, Team Ragequit is trying to backdoor this a bit. Which, then again, in the past, they've done. But at least it's not a double temple. The problem is that the boss is going to be up in 1 minute and 16 seconds. So roughly around the same time. But it's all around the fights now. All about fighting. All about the team fight. The Haka could come in. They're taking the camp. Leap is there. And that's a goodbye. 1 down, 2 down, 3 down. The Haka comes in. He's too late. That is Cassia destroyed. It all starts with Sonya. And it is a 5-man team wipe. And that's going to be the end of it. The quick jump in and then the big boy plays right here. 17 kills to 10 and they're crossing the map now, going straight for the core. This is going to be the end of game number 1 in the best of 5 series. Team Ragequit, they take the victory on Sky Temple. The lead in this series that will decide which of these two teams participates in the Masters Clash. Nicely done, good victory as they're moving onto the core and taking it down. Team Ragequit with a 1-0 lead in this Heroes of the Storm series.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Battlefield of Eternity, map number 2 in our best of 5 Heroes of the Storm series for the Masters Clash qualification. Which team makes it? Right now it looks good for the blue team. They got the 1-0 lead after Sky Temple. Team Ragequit with a 5-man wipe to end the game. Medivh gets banned right away. It's a little bit weird because honestly what Inting for Ruby is pretty much showcasing the entire time is that they just don't want to play Medivh. And it's honestly a problem if you are the first pick team and you are banning Medivh. You're not the team that is supposed to ban Medivh. It's the second team that is supposed to do that. So that kind of highlights that there seems to be a weakness in the hero pool of Inting for Ruby. I think that happened a few times now already. So they should really make sure that they have a Medivh player that is strong enough that can make a difference. Because then the entire pick and ban pattern would be very, very different. But still, Uther gets banned out. Same is also true for Chromie. We still got Sonya as a first pick here on Battlefield. But of course, now the question is immediately Nubarak, Varian, Stukov, what are we going to see? Do we go for the damage? Li Ming, for example. Are you trying to Hanzo it? Is one of the teams again looking for Tyrande? Again, Battlefield of Eternity is the OG map for her because of the trait that she can drop. And, well, they're a little bit slow on the picks, so taking it easy. Varian and Tychus. I would have prioritized Stukov over Tychus. But again, they seem to be really fond of Tychus in general, and the bigger they are is a nice tool to burn the target down after you came in with the taunt. So that's kind of neat. But obviously, there's Jojo, okay, looking at blinds, I suppose. Yeah, double blind even with Cassia. I mean, picked for damage, but again, everything else that you bring to the table is obviously a nice boon as well. Now, on top of that, with the next few bans coming out, so far there's not really anything too ban-worthy. They're banning Anduin. Anduin is kind of nice against Varian because of his trait. So whenever there is a target set up, you can just pull that out. There is the ban on Stukov. And that's exactly the reason why I said pick Stukov right away when you are picking your Varian, if you can. I mean, damage there plenty, right? So if you have that lockdown, you have so much time to get the damage connected that it shouldn't really be a problem. But now we're going to see what else they're going to do in terms of supports. Again, Brightwing can be nice. If they want to play Tyrande again, they can. And they play Ana this time. Okay. Ana gets taken. Eye of Horus, very likely, given the setup that they're running here. Good Sleep Dart could also help you, of course. And, well... So, Taunt into the bigger they are, and then Sylvana's set up here. Okay. let's see. Yeah, Brightwing and Blaze. Okay, the good old Johanna Blaze setup, so double layer of defense with what they're having here. I mean, not quite. I mean, it's not like Tyrael Blaze back in the day, but with Jojo, you at least got the Blessed Shield out. In this case, they could also go, of course, for the Falling Sword and put pressure onto Ana. We've seen that a lot. But here we go. The Jojo and Blaze combo is quite strong, quite powerful. Inting for Ruby against Team Ragequit. Game number 2, Battlefield of Eternity. Blue team is going to try to take that 2-0 lead in the best of 5. Let's see if Inting for Ruby can screw that plan up and take the victory on the second map. Let's jump right in. Well, here we go. Game number 2. Team Ragequit, everybody, against Inting for Ruby. The second map, Battlefield of Eternity. Limu on Tychus, Danazovsky on Ana, Shizakid on Varian, Warwick on Malthael, and question mark, the sub player for the blue team, is playing Sylvanas. And the last pick actually changed things a little bit, so before Eye of Horus was definitely the preferred choice for Ana. Now that they have Malthael, it could be a different variation where they go into the nano-boosted Tormented Souls, so definitely a few more options for them. On the right side, we got Nox on Brightwing, Hat on Cassia, Fish on Jojo, Mindtalk on Sonya, and Baby Houdini is playing Blaze. And they're already sitting in the middle of the map, hoping to catch someone on the rotation to take him down quickly. If that works or not, we'll see. But as it stands, we have everybody playing super passive because they have no vision whatsoever. But it's definitely going to be interesting to see what exactly they're going to do here. I mean, Eye of Horus has been an insanely popular talent in the top 4 of the European scene now. But if you are playing with Malthael, then all of a sudden you got a reason, if you go Tormented Souls, to actually play Nano Boost too. So there's definitely multiple ways how they could play this. I mean, then again, if you're going Malthael with this combo, you can also simply use Last Rites after Tychus used the bigger they are after a taunt and burn it down, and then Eye of Horus becomes quickly the better choice again. So multiple ways of how you could approach this now from their perspective. Given the main tank choice and Tychus, I'd say Last Rites is still the more likely option, but time will tell. For now, the one-on-one lane at the top is, as you would expect it, set up. Down at the bottom, we got an early commitment to the camp. The blue team reacts by sending Tychus to the top so that they can easily, without any threat to Malthael, take the camp, meaning it's going to be an even exchange between the two. On level 1, we got the Neural Stimpact over here. And in the meantime, Tychus and Malthael have, as expected, taken the top Krasor camp. The push at the bottom of the map is still coming in, and Tychus still has to make all the way down to the bottom. Now, Sylvanas is definitely helping out here as she's starting to take some of those minions apart, but this wall has suffered a lot of damage, and they might get that one tower, and indeed they do. Yeah, so that's a good start for Inting for Ruby. That's quite some solid damage they were able to push in here. Good for them. And with this, we'll have a quick look at the top. How much can he do? He's still keeping that alive. Baby Houdini struggles a little bit, and he already tapped the fountain, so that's a problem for him. Pushing it out, but down here the entire wall is now falling, and they're even trying to go for the kill, but the sleep dart hits Mindtalk, and that's the end of her. Taunt could be used now. They're going for the fish. Already utilized it here, and they're going for the bigger they are, and the fish is dead. Yeah, dead fish at the bot lane. And they're going for even more action against Hat. There's the taunt, there's a kill, that's a triple kill. 3 kills at the bot lane, and Blaze currently just saying like, guys, what the fuck is happening at that bot lane? I'm holding against Malthael despite the camp topside, and what is happening with you? And they're like, well, not only did we just lose 3 heroes, it seems like the entire wall is also busted. So dude, I don't know, but we're having a problem. Not sure why they're going for the fort instead of taking the fountain down first. But either way, at the top, Malthael hasn't really done a whole lot of damage, so he got 1 tower, that's all there's to it. But now the blue team is rotating towards the objective, and obviously they're way ahead. Nearly a level. And with all the heroes that they have, this should be an easy halftime show for them now. Now, the red team is reacting in kind and is trying to get the damage done at the bottom, but still, the situation as is gives a 5,000 hit point advantage over to Team Ragequit. There's no level 7 talent just yet, but they're already fighting around this down here. Position is in, and it's Sonya that makes the way over to the Immortal. So she's dishing out the damage. The camp has obviously not been taken. Inting for Ruby did do that, and that means that Malthael has to defend the top lane, but nobody from the red team has to split to the bottom of the map to take it there. Off we go. Here comes the aggression. They're trying to take it with Malthil moving in from the side, and Cassia just disappeared. Yeah, apparently she has an ability that makes her invisible. So, zip, gone from the map, and that's an objective in favor of Team Ragequit. 4 kills to 0 now. And the travel to the top where the first objective is gonna push. And it seems like they are going to try and set the 4-man up at the bottom of the map. If they want to do that, there's no problem with it, but I think they should still hide some of their heroes. Now they allow technically for someone to meet them at the bot lane. And that's going to be a 2-man defense down here. But with the help of Sylvanas, they should be able to take that fort down a notch or two. Yeah, there's the taunt as they're coming in again against that. Cassia's in trouble, but now Fish is moving in too. And that's exactly the problem. If you give too much vision to your opponent, they can react. If you would just posture at the top with the hero, just show a little bit, you can start to threaten. But now they're not going to get as much as they really want. They get good damage in against the fort, but it's unlikely they're going to get the entire thing. And at the bot lane, even with Sylvanas, they weren't able to do a whole lot. So, good damage? Definitely. 4 kills to 0, also a nice setup, but I think they could have gotten a bit more out of that situation. Malthel needs to be careful as he is eyeing the camp that gets taken. At the bottom of the map, as you can tell, the 4-man is committing to this. And Blaze is able to get away. Yep, they wanted to go for him. Limo is just padding his damage stats a little bit as he comes through and says, okay, at least eat the grenade, my friend. If they, of course, try to go through the bottom of the map here in an attempt to take this one down, that would be kind of nice, too. At least take that fountain. I mean, look at the hit points on that thing. It's pretty much nothing. But yeah, 4 kills to 0. They got level 9. They can move towards the top. If you get level 10 around the objective, that's of course the dream. The top fort is low, and they want the kill. They want the fort. They want to get everything here. And both Brightwinger and Sonya are immediately moving away and saying like, yeah, I guess we're gonna scrap this one. But here's the 5 versus 5. They want to fight it before the level 10. They go for Ana, and Ana gets just crushed. Ana gets murdered. She goes down. They go for counter damage, and they're looking for it here. But this was exactly the kill that Inting for Ruby needed. They came in with the flank. They saw the support, and they said, like, Granny, you don't stand a chance. And now they're trying to clean house. They take Tychus down, and that's a kill against Varian. It kind of feels like Team Ragequit always makes some really nice moves, gets ahead, and then they're making a big mistake as they're getting slightly too greedy. Bit of a bad positioning, and all of a sudden it turns against them, so they're paying the price for it. So that's more or less what's happening here. And they want to go for the camp down here too, and they grab it. Barely, I might add. Barely. But the objective is now up, and it's a 5 versus 5 with level 10. And the big advantage that Team Ragequit had in experience, it's gone. They actually go Tormented Souls. Tormented Souls and Nano Boost over the potential Last Rites follow-up after Taunt, and the bigger they are. Bit surprised by that, honestly. But again, it's a melee heavy setup. Oh, the leap. That didn't do anything. Bunker is on the ground. Nano Boosted Tormented Souls is in. Down here, the play attempt. A bit of damage against Jojo. They're making the play, and Odin is just murdering in the choke point. But they're incredibly low. Everybody is, honestly. Odin with even more damage, as they're now shifting towards the top to try and take the Immortal down a bit. 30 stacks for Cassia. Here we go. Bam! 4 kills to 3, and they're going to take the halftime show as the camp has to be defended at the bottom of the map before it takes the fort down. Yeah, they're still ahead. They're still in the lead. But of course, they're also rather low. And Danozovsky, he has to stay in the back. Stay in the back as much as you can. Don't allow Sonya to just leap in on you. Yeah, they're slowly dropping this down a little bit. All the plays around the objective right now. Malthel is sitting at the side. It's all about the vision right now, but the plays, the grenade connects, of course, and Varian is doing the same thing. Slowly whittling away the hit points. That's all that they need to do. They don't need to be aggressive around this. They got time. Nobody's attacking the Immortal on the right side. Instead, here's the engage. Mindhog is low. Jet Propulsion misses. Good setup. Sylvanas moving to the front. Tormented Souls is in. Big leap into the backline, but she's all alone with Blaze. Still gets the kill against Ana. They can go for Sylvanas, but instead they're dropping Tychus first. Big kills from Inting for Ruby. Nicely done. They take the lead in kills, and now they can focus their attention onto the Immortal as they're going straight up for that. Yeah, job well done. That was a really nice attack, but they're still about to lose the objective. Hello, team. The kill against Sylph. Varian in trouble. That's a staggered death against Varian. And he is moving in and gets taken down by Jojo just a second later. Yep, as it stands, this is going to be a close call. Varian is dead, but they're trying to take it with at least Malthael, and it works. So Malthael dies for it. They lost 3 heroes to claim it, and now they are half level behind. The shield is tiny, but at least they didn't lose the objective. That's, I guess, the thought process here. A little bit too inty, to be honest. I guess it wasn't really worth it at the end of the day. They sacrificed too many of their heroes. Now they have 4 at least back up on the map, and Malthael is going to come back up too. But yeah, this is still hurting a bit. Now, to be fair, in structures, that still guarantees them the lead. Structurally speaking, that is still worth it, because the top fort is gone, the fort at the bottom is now gone. Yes, you lost the lead in experience, and now you're level behind. But I guess they just assume that they can play around this a bit better, and that eventually having those 2 lanes controlled is worth it more. So now it's a 5 versus 5. You need to take camps, you need to try to take an advantage and then go for your level 13 talent. But yeah, it's going to be a bit dicey. I still think that Last Rites might have been the better choice if they played it around Varian and his engages the entire time. There's very little that could have been done on the other side. Well, I guess that's not really true. With Bunker in play, you can always use that. So that's at least one of the things that can help you to keep somebody alive. Yeah, but they definitely did have some problems here. So now we got 25,000 damage for Malthael, 27,000 for Cassia. Everybody's just rotating around, but it's that half level that is missing for Team Ragequit that they're getting at the bottom of the map now. So no problems with the talent disadvantage any longer after that hits. And then of course we're talking also about those camps again. And now that it comes up, look at that. Red team is coming in. They're saying, guys, we have a small advantage. Why not go for it? And they're taking it. And this is a little bit uncharacteristic for the blue team. I would have expected them to fight for it. These guys have been fighting for everything that they could in their grandma. And now they are letting this one go. Alright, so they just accept that they can't take it. Level 13 is just around the corner. So play it safe, play it sound. And as the Immortals are spawning, there are the talents to be locked in. Inevitable end. The Unstoppable for Malthael. And of course also the follow-up here on Tychus with the traditional spray and pray. We got the Mortal Strike. And it is time to party. They need to take the camp down up at the top. They got 10 seconds until the Immortal is back up. And this one is going to tell us a lot. This one is going to tell us quite a bit. Yeah, right here. Let's go for it. Take this one down. But already the halftime show is focused. Yeah, top side. Shaman is down. They're not going to... he didn't see that, really. So that's a stun against Fish. And they're trying to go for Sonya. She has to leap out. And that's just at the moment as Blaze tries to get the stun connected and jumps in. So they are taking early damage here. Odin is already being used. They're moving away from it. No more ults are getting utilized at this point. But they can now make their way down to the bottom and try to drop the 50% HP on the red team's Immortal. And they are taking quite the lead here. So, yeah, now they're taking, once again, a bit of an advantage. But they also need to make sure that they're positioning a little bit different, especially Tychus is exposed. And Malthael is way too far out, gets immediately murdered. I mean, he just dies within a second. And they're chasing down Varian too. Yeah, the pressure isn't really there the way that they want. So, it's now 9 kills to 4. They're more than doubling the kill count of what we're seeing from Team Ragequit. And Team Ragequit is the team with a sniper comp. They got the insta-gib comp. And they're just not able to do anything with it. The taunt isn't really working in synergy with the rest of the talents here. They have a little... I mean, again, it's like... It's here and it's not quite there. They look for the combo, they can't quite get it. Here's the attack. Once again, the play being made. Trying to go for Mind Talk here. Halftime show has been taken. It's still close. But they need to coordinate this a little bit better. Alright, here comes the attack once again. Malthael, the aspect of death. He's coming in. Sonya with a leap. The Tormented Souls nano boosted, and it does work. They burn the bunker down. The poke is happening. Here comes another Odin. The next one in this fight. Everybody's low, but Sylvanas is dead. Danazovsky is about to die, and the aspect of death is doing a lot of dying as well. Malthael is down. Ana is down. And they're going for the 5-man wipe. Shiza Kid is dead. Everybody gets dropped. And that's gonna be an immortal for Inting for Ruby, and they are looking better by the minute. Every minute that we're looking here at the game, they're looking better and better and better and better. The 16 talent is ready. They can push down towards the bottom fort if they want. The immortal is going to travel topside, so they have a lot of options of what they can pull off at this point. But it is an absolute amazing setup for them here. Yeah. Job well done. So now the push towards the top. So here we go. And with all of this happening, yep, that is party time. Bam! Quick attacks, quick hits. 17 to 15, 14 kills, 2-4. And they're just running the show now. 2-level lead, talent advantage. Are you kidding me? Doesn't matter if Malthael has the top damage in the game. If you can't get the kills, then who cares? So now we got the push at the top side, and even without Sylvanas on your side, this is likely going to be the end of the top keep. So the advantage slowly taken by Inting for Ruby. Yeah, Ruby. They're coming top side, and they're going to take this one. Level 18 any moment now, so that means additional stats advantage even for the red team. And after game number 1, where they could have also taken the lead, they're doing way better now on the second map. Yeah, the combo is just working out for them. They're not forcing it too much. They're not trying to go for core here. They're not trying to go for the kills. They have a 2-level advantage, and they're just saying, guys, for now, that's enough. For now, the 2-level advantage is all that we need. Let's just play a little bit around what else we can get here. And, yep, that's currently what we're seeing. So now, what do we get instead? We have them going for the camp. A bit of a fight that's coming through, though. So yeah, gotta be careful around that, but the jet propulsion connects, so they got that. The fight continuing even further, making the plane to the back line with another leap, and the setup against Ana. Varian's already dead, Sonya is down too, but Ana bites the dust. And as Odin gets popped, we have Malthael being attacked. He's nano boosted already though, and they might get the kill against Brightwing. Malthael is down. They're all so low, but it doesn't matter because Odin gets now murdered. Tychus is dead. That's 4 kills to 1. It's a big advantage. And I guess, honestly, technically they could go for the top lane and could just simply go for core. They decide against it here, but we are still seeing another fort fall. And with half a level until 20, there's of course a good opportunity now to get even further ahead. Make sure that you're winning the next Immortal and then end the game. If they can open the wall at least, that would be nice. Instead, they're stealing. Initially at least, they camp away, so they're just taking everything that they can on this one. The 66 stacks for Cassia are also helping her more and more to run the damage numbers in this game. They're having another camp at the bottom that they can take. It's all about the level 20 for them now. 18 kills to 5. 18 to 5. Way too heavy. Yeah, the aggression, the combos, Lee, Blessed Shield, stuns from Blaze, it's all working out. And of course they're going for the top lane already. And catapults executed towards the core can win the game for you at this point. Now, down here, they are starting to get into a decent position for it, but now we got the fortified bunker, the sustained faith. I mean, level 20 talent is now ready. You now got the level 20. And here we go. I mean, this is really where the lights could go out for them. Most of the players on the blue team have died 4 times. Pretty much all of them actually without Sylvanas. Alright? And again, this is apparently where number 5 comes in. Tychus is dead. Not even Odin getting picked. Ana gets the nano boost out and that's it. Malthael is trying to use it to run away a little bit faster. All that he can do, 20 kills to 5, and they are crushing the Immortal. This is just brutal. Halftime show is already taken. Inting for Ruby is looking a bit like a different team now. They are absolutely bodying them. I mean, seriously. This is Terry Tate office linebacker style what's happening here. I mean, the body check out of nowhere. That's exactly what we're witnessing right now. They are taking no prisoners. They're coming in with hit after hit after hit. And they are getting the damage connected, which leads now to 100% shield Immortal. And as they're moving through the bot lane, they should be able to take the game here. I mean, top keep is already down at the bottom of the map, obviously. The keep is going to fall too. We're looking at 18.5 minutes. Unless there's some insane snipe now happening from Team Ragequit, them connecting the combo or something, this is just not happening. Odin gets popped, but again, no level 20. No level 20 over here. So off we go. They're starting to push this in. 73 stacks at this point. Here we come. This is the next one. The key. I mean, again. That poor keep. That poor keep. If it could, it would run away. If it could, it would just hightail it out of there. Get out of dodge. Be like, see ya, guys. See ya next time. But, yeah, there's no way. That poor keep is taking all the damage and is reduced to a bunch of rubble. Now we're going for the core. The shield hasn't even fallen on the Immortal yet, and this is, of course, going to be the lights out move right here. Core is already falling. They're going for game. They're going to tie the series here. They want to go to the Masters Clash. Inting for Ruby. They're killing two. Sylvanas and Varian both down. The fight continues, but the core falls, and that is game, as Inting for Ruby locks in the win on Battlefield of Eternity. Game number 3, Infernal Shrines. The series is tied, ladies and gentlemen. Inting for Ruby against Team Ragequit. And yeah, I was just about to say that game number 2 was very, very different from what we experienced on map 1, because Inting for Ruby, they kind of crushed it. Now, Chromie gets banned. This is more so the moment when you want to ban out Medivh, because now we have the first pick for Team Ragequit. So yeah, that makes a little bit more sense here. But off we go. I suppose the Uther ban again. They were pretty diligent about banning Uther out against them. And Fish loves to play his Uther main tank. I would be shocked if Uther doesn't get banned. Again, Fish locks that in whenever he can. Are you serious? Are we gonna see something different? Sonya getting banned? Cassia! Cassia ban. Do they maybe try to take their Uther? I mean, now you're more or less forced to ban Medivh. And then they... Oh my god, Medivh is open. Okay. That would be interesting. Now again, the big thing here is obviously, as I keep saying, these are not top 4 teams. They are breaching into the top 8 in Europe, but we might not have Medivh players on the level that they need to be on those teams. So that's definitely a thing. So now Sonya gets first picked. Again, Infernal Shrines, so duh. But you have Medivh open. And Varian gets taken, okay, and we get Hogger. Can you imagine like if a team would now come in and just pick Medivh Diablo here? Leyline into Apocalypse on Infernal Shrines. Ooh, baby. That would just be... And Sonya leaping on it or whatever. Now they take Varian away. And there's Medivh. Yep. Alright, alright, alright. That is scary. Ban out Dibbles, seriously. Leyline into Apocalypse on this map. If they have a Diablo player that is worth his salt, he is going to stun you into walls all day long, and he's just going to murder. He's going to rip you apart. Nope. I understand why. I get why they banned Nubarak, don't get me wrong. But I would be more scared of Diablo here. Leyline into Apocalypse is just a little bit too much. I mean, yes, of course. A Nubarak engage into a Stukov Silence is still insanely good. I mean, I've been talking about it for the last couple of days. Like, time and time again. But I would be so scared here. So they ban out Mephisto. We need burst damage. We could see a Brightwing for the red team. We could see a Malfurion if they want to play that. Deckard Cain is an option. Anything that can really just like follow up with more CC after Varian uses his own taunt is gold here. Wave clear, maybe a bit more even for the shrine. I would probably have picked Tychus though. Generally speaking, I like Hanzo, but I would have picked Tychus here because I am very much afraid that now Diablo gets picked. And with Tychus, you have a fantastic tool for the shrine. You have Odin. He's generally an amazing pick on this map. And then on top of that, there's a good chance that your opponent is at least looking at Diablo. So just to be on the safe side, I would have, instead of Hanzo, just said, okay, let's get Tychus here. Yes, the bigger they are, if Diablo gets played, we got something. And they take Mei instead. Yeah, good to see from them. Nox, last pick. Baby Houdini again. They have the triple front line. I mean, support. There's very little left. It's not like they're gonna lock anything else. And it's like, you kind of forgot something here. Like, what? Oh yeah, healer. That's right. Yeah, but this isn't quick match. So right now, there's Deckard Cain, the old man. Game 3, Infernal Shrines. One of the teams is gonna take the lead here. Ragequit Gaming or Inting for Ruby. Which one is gonna be? Let's find out together. Game number 3, Danazovsky on Stukov for the blue team. Limo Medivh, Shizakid on Mei. We got question mark on Reyna with the ace in the hole on the level 1. Warwick on Sonya. And on the right side of the map, we got Nox on Deckard Cain, Baby Houdini on Dehaka. The Fish is playing Varian. Had on Hanzo. And Mindtalk is playing Hogger. Okay. Had on Hanzo, well, pretty solid, played him a lot. Again, I think it would have been a little bit better, just generally speaking, for them to go into Odin, because Odin on this map is just great, and then you can play a lot around also your trade, and you would have been a bit safer against Diablo if picked, but even here you could do a lot of damage. Now, apparently they got a little bit of an AFK, and I am not afraid to call him out. Warwick! Apparently a bit late to the party. He needs the extra invitation over here. Yeah, but on the right side of the map, as you can tell, that's where the red team is now moving into. And it's time to party. Medivh, he's the X Factor. And I'm still a bit blown away that Inting for Ruby didn't think that it would be a good idea to ban him out. I'm also amazed that we didn't see a Diablo for the ley line into Apocalypse, but still, Medivh is Medivh. So if the Medivh player is worth anything, he is going to make this a very difficult game for Inting for Ruby. But of course, they're going to try to make sure that he doesn't really get too many stacks together. So, yep, time will tell how much we're going to get. Portals are already being set up. And this will be an interesting game, one way or another. Top side, 2 versus 1 against Sonya, who gets attacked there and is maybe in trouble. Nope. Nope. She's fine. I mean, Warwick is down to 50% HP, so there's that. Varian is even rotating in. Okay, but let's see how they're going to play this one out. Hogger had already retreated, he moved back to the Nexus, healing up over here. Still the bot lane pressure, Hat is sitting tight. I mean, teams are now at the 1 minute mark starting to go for their own camps. Bit of a late move, I'd say, from the red team, but yep, they haven't really attacked that yet. And on the left side, this one is already done, so there's a chance that they're going to try and invade, and they are on the move. But of course, it's going to be a 4 versus 4. Hogger is poking this one out. Yep, and that's the lockdown against Jimmy, who might die if they get the drag, and indeed they do. Baby Houdini, he is Sugar Daddy 69 reincarnated. Like, honestly, that man can do things with his tongue that many women only dream of. It is fantastic. Like, Sugar Daddy 69 was insane on his Dehakas, and Baby Houdini, he is a close second. It's like that thing has a magnet attached to it or something. Like, honestly, he throws it out and he's always connecting with one hero, no matter how big the fight, no matter how many minions. And right now, he gets the kill in against Jimmy. I mean, it is kind of insane. Normally, on a lot of those maps, you would look at the Haka and you'd say, like, you know what? Like, I'm not so sure if that's the choice here, but he provides them with a global value. They're able to get also kills in. It's pretty fucking fantastic. And I mean, on top of that, they didn't only kill Reyna, they also killed Medivh, which means that he just lost his stacks too. Did he have a lot of them? No. But of course, it slows him down. It slows him down quite easily. On the top right, there we go. Nox and Mindtalk are already in. And I don't know. It's going to be pretty fun to see how this is going to continue from here on out, because the early double kill is worth a lot. Taking the double kill, the cam, the early level 6, slight experience lead, could bring a level 7 in. So, yeah, there's party time. And there they go, for Dehaka. Yeah, they heard the tale of the man with the tongue. And they want to have a piece of the action, but Dehaka isn't interested. Nope. He's moving down to the bot lane. He's like, sorry boys, I'm busy. Ruby gets played, but they got Cain. And off we go. A little bit of bam, 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 bam from Hogger once more. Yeah, and he's poking it out. They're taking the lead here. Dehaka is still busy in the middle because they want the early level 7. And once they have it, he is going to join the fun. Until then, Inting for Ruby should probably stay back a little bit. But Dehaka is getting it as we speak. And there we have it. So now there comes the move. Dehaka comes in. And he misses it! Oh my god, just now that I'm praising him and all of a sudden he has performance problems. I heard there are certain pills that you are supposed to take there. Personally, I don't have any experience with this. In my long history, I mean, again, I've been a very busy boy in my life, but that's something that I never really experienced. I mean, I got a lot of work experience as a fireman, a policeman, a real estate agent, you know, an astronaut, a plumber, pizza delivery boy. I mean, seriously, you name it. But when it comes to performing, I never really had a big issue. So, I don't know. For the Haka, I would recommend certain pills because that was just... I mean, maybe there was too much pressure. I heard that for some people, when there's too much pressure on the line, they're struggling. And the Haka might have experienced that just now. Either way, now that the objective is taken and the blue team is running the show a little bit, they can start to push this out and try and get the kills. And they indeed do. I mean, they get Hanzo. And over here, they're trying to poke it out against Anazovsky, but the Punisher is jumping in, wants a piece of the action too. And that's more than enough to keep not only Medivh alive, but also set additional kills up against Mindtalk and maybe even the Fish. So they're starting to do their thing. Here comes the move, and the Fish is down. Easily annihilated, and the same is true for the Ford, so that is gonna get dropped too. Dehaka now in the middle. Baby Houdini with his tail between his legs is slowly moving away here. Yeah, sad story, sad story. Anyways, people might notice that I've been casting for like 8 hours in a row now, or 9 or something, so yeah. It's been a long day, guys, it's been a long day. Anyways, so for now, we got the 3-2, half a level until level 9. The Haka is now holding the top lane. The good thing, of course, is that you have a global that can make up for the fact that you just lost one of your forts. So that helps a little bit. Yeah, but level 10 is going to be the next big step. Also, in stacks, 15 for Medivh. So got that. Had already moving around. They're waiting still for the level 10 ability. And once that connects, you gotta be careful if you're in there for Ruby. Falling back and playing it safe might be the best choice here. So, yeah, there's that. Already the move at the bottom of the map as they're starting to make a bit of a play. The level 10 is now there, so that's an opportunity. And let's see what they can actually do at this point. I mean, right now there's the ley line. They're already starting to come on with also the wall. I mean, you can set the ice wall up and use that a bit. Ley line in the ice wall. There's a play. So that's something that they can definitely do. And, well, let's take a look at the top right away here. Because at this point, we got Baby Houdini sitting tight, already moving around. And in comes the little play towards the next objective now with the level 10 ability. So that's the next one on the line. That's the next one we can look forward to. But, yep, off we go. So, right now, we got at the bot lane still a little bit of action going on. As you can tell, 3 kills to 2. They're still looking for opportunities now that level 10 is in. So, all of a sudden, you have a chance to still go for a team fight and maybe connect a good stun. Sonya's at the top. The Haka is always going to provide the experience when they need it. 3 kills to 2 right now. And, well, there's a little bit more poke happening. The quest is completed. And they're always having at the side Fish lurking in the back, trying to jump in, get a taunt connected, and helping the team with a kill. It hasn't really happened too much yet. I mean, the top objective has resulted in a half-level lead and the fort being destroyed. But with just one good team fight on objective number 2, you can definitely just bridge that gap and come back into it. And that's what they're going to be looking for now. So they're starting to make the play. Baby Houdini clearing the wave. Medivh cheating as usual and providing the vision. But he's at 17 stacks, so he's not really done yet. So he still has to be careful. And nobody's going to invade this one this time. They have their own camp that they just took. They can easily take this. There's, of course, the play being anchored. They got vision too. And, yep, that's the camp for the top. The Haka can start to move in. Down here, the Fish gets attacked, and they want him. They go for Varian. There's the follow-up attempt by Stukov, but they don't get it yet. And the wall has been used too. That's quite a couple of ults that they just utilized, and that didn't do anything for them. So now the objective is up, and they can go for the shrine and start to take it. They're making their move in, slowly but steadily. It's an Arcane Punisher that's on the line this time. Yeah, and of course, the wall is down. Leyline is still available. All the ults that we're seeing for Inting for Ruby are there, including the meme strike for Hanzo, which with good zoning can definitely do a whole lot of work. 14 stacks in their hand. And here comes Mei. Gets taunted. The Leyline, they're trying to go for Hogger, but instead they kill Hogger against Mei. They take it. Nice kill. They go for Sonya. Warwick is trying to play around it too. The drag, and he escapes. Thanks to Medivh. Medivh once again allowing for a big boy escape here. The level 13 talent is ready, but it doesn't change the fact that the Arcane Punisher has just now been claimed by Inting for Ruby. They got the kill on Mei, and then they followed up on it. Here's the move, the jump, the bait over the wall as the Punisher comes in. Fish wants the taunt! If he could have killed Medivh here, 23 stacks would have gone down the drain. Danazovsky is a hero for immediately reacting to Varian's approach and pushing him back with a big shove there. That was all that they needed. Mind Talk, he's trying to hog it out, and it's not happening. Dehaka is still at the top. They stay too long. It's a 4 versus 5 at the bottom, and they stay too long. Varian is providing a little bit of cover. It could still be a hit, and it is, as the old man dies. The old man goes down. Dehaka is joining the battle. Not sure why, but I mean, I guess they need to defend the fort still. Their top lane is doing solid work, but there's the ley line setup. There's another taunt against Mei, and we're seeing Hat at least moving out of this, but they're really struggling with this. Another taunt connecting, and the isolation. I am happy to report that the performance problems of Dehaka are over. He has learned to deal with the pressure, and he's performing on top-notch level. Baby Houdini, first of all, he provided the cover at the top and he enabled the team to go in for the kill. Now he got the drag, he gets another one connected. And Sonya, don't you dare survive this one. Unbe-fucking-believable. Warwick makes it out. You gotta be kidding me. Check this out. I call hacks. They go for Sonya. Medivh provides the shield. They're dishing all the damage out. The spin to win keeps her alive. The portal is being set up and she's able to escape. 5 kills to 4. Top lane gets pushed, and oh boy. 30 stacks now for Medivh. This is way closer than I thought it would be. There were a couple of moments when it seemed like Team Ragequit might get the big lead, and Inting for Ruby is bringing it back time and time again. But this is this is definitely not over. And the problem is that Inting for Ruby, they have the tendency to overstay a bit. Okay, they're making a fight here. Mei running straight into Hogger. Nox is near. Big move. Oh my god. Hanzo, you bad boy, you. Comes in with the ult, and that was some mad value on the meme strike. Oh, the fish! The fish! He's surviving. Medivh. These plays in the game. This is just getting insane. Medivh dropping down from the skies, nearly killing him. Check out this one. That is incredible. Here comes the meme strike, and bam, mad damage connected. That was fantastic. Now we got 16 talents against level 15. 34 stacks for Medivh. Some sick plays over here. And the next objective is up at the top lane, where both of the teams don't have a fort anymore. And a fountain, more importantly. So yeah, damage output. We have 39,000 on Hanzo. We see 35,000 for Jimmy. Dehaka, yeah, still looking at a bit of a play there. 16 talents are ready for both sides. Sonya and Dehaka, the only ones that haven't died yet. The 2 side laners. And Baby Houdini, not like this, my friend. Alright, he gets away. He gets away. No problem. No problem for Baby Houdini. He pulls a Houdini, disappears, burrows, and gets away. Now we got again the poke from Hogger. Alright, the fish is also moving out. They got to be careful on this one. The wall, the ley line, everything is being set up. And Hanzo with the ult once again. Zoning out Danazovsky. The old man with a sleeper cell. Coming in. They're going for the drag. They go for Shizuke. They're trying to take him here. And in the meantime, Hogger is poking it out with the rest of the team. Isolating 3 of them. 3 of them are gone, but it's Dehaka that dies. Sonya is soloing them. Sonya right now, she is soloing them hard. Here's the engage. The portal on the old man. He's down, but Hanzo with a double kill. What a slaughter. Hanzo with a double kill with 1 shot. 2 birds with 1 stone. Fish is low and Fish is dead. Hat is on the move. Hogger is also about to be back, but what a setup. Check this one out. Look at that Hanzo move. Look at that play. At that point, Hanzo just lines up the shot and bam, the double kill in just a moment. Incredible. 8 kills to 8. But of course, the issue is still that at the top lane, this one is up for grabs now. They're gonna have their heroes back pretty quickly, but I don't think they can do a whole lot. Limo, he needs one hit to make this work. One hit to complete that quest. Woo! Yeah, Mind Talk on the way up to the top. 31 stacks and 17. They're starting to move in. They got the vision and the Haka. The Haka, he wants it. Even if they get the kill here, yeah, there it is. The tongue connects, they get the kill, and now they're making the play, of course. 4 question mark. That's 2 kills. They lose the Punisher, but they get 2 kills together with it, and they're hoping, of course, for more. Yeah, right now, there's the big plays happening. They take down the... I mean, they can take this one down. The quest is completed for Medivh 14 minutes into their game. But the worst isn't happening. They could have lost the keep here, but thanks to the double kill, they're looking really good now for the defense. Yeah, Punisher jumps in, can't do a whole lot. 54,000 damage for Hanzo, 46,000 for Jimmy. Down to the bottom of the map, we of course have a few more camps that could be grabbed by Team Ragequit, and they're trying to use that on the map to claim it. Yeah, Baby Houdini, I mean, he's zipping around the entire time here. He's looking for the next prey, and he finds them. Yeah, they are invading. Guys, this is a 5 versus 3. You can't fight that. You cannot fight that. They're trying to go for Sonya, but she escapes through the portal. They take the camp, though. Well, okay, on the second approach. Now we're back to a 5 versus 5 game. But, yeah, they're looking what's happening over here, and they want this one too. They're getting a bit greedy. I'm not quite sure if that's really the play that you want to make. There's the ice wall, alright. Silence out as well. Hat is waiting for his ult. Can set it up once again, and he needs to do that now. It's maybe a little bit late. There it comes. Protected. Big damage against Medivh, and Sonya is finally getting dropped. Sonya is down. They take the camp. Now they can come through the middle with the double camp that they have. They're pushing the bot lane too, and the Haka is on the way to the top to control the lane. They want to go for the experience. Medivh gets attacked, shields himself, and he drops. And what? There's no way that's correct. No. He did not lose his stats. No. He had the stacks completed. Okay, my bad. That was scary for just a second. I thought, like, give me his moment. He completed that quest. Okay. So, was able to hit that one. Now we got the camp at the bot lane taken, and more importantly, the level 20 is in play for Inting for Ruby, which of course means that Hanzo is going to get even more damage thanks to his ult. He has the cooldown reduction on it, and that makes that thing an absolute monster. An absolute monster. Yeah, the last fort is falling in the middle. Next objective is going to be up in the mid lane too, so this is already an important step in the right direction. They're going to steal the camp away. The blue team is just playing this as safe as they can because they need to wait for the experience so that they can hit their own level 20. Mei, for that very reason, is now at the bottom of the map, trying to push the lane out a little bit. And here we go. That's the camp stolen away. Maybe a little bit of additional damage that could be dished out. They can already knock off some of those towers and maybe the wall. Whatever you can do, obviously 20 is inevitable for the blue team, but they're opening the map up a little bit further if they can before the 20 connects, because if they win the next objective, it could mean that they can go for core. But that is a bad move, and team, not like this. They actually lose Hogger in a 5 versus 5 without level 20. Too aggressive, and now they're losing Nox too. Every single time. The move itself to go for the wall, not a bad one. But the way that they're executing it, I don't understand. Too greedy, they get punished for it. Their top is doing some work. Another kill. 3 kills. 3! And now the objective is up. Now the top keep is falling, so that's definitely a good thing for them. But I cannot believe that this is what happens every single time. And Team Ragequit is going to try and end the game here. They kind of have to. Because now the bot lane is already getting pressured a little bit. The top lane is also a problem. By the way, those catapults are going to make it to the core. Someone has to move back. But they took the fort and they want to go for keep here. They want to pressure this. Team Inting for Ruby, they need to learn how sometimes to just play it slow. You can attack the wall. I like the attack. But don't make such an aggressive play against heroes that are waiting behind the gate. Then again, right now, it seems like the blue team has totally forgot that there's catapults in this game. So they are taking a shit ton of damage on this one. 68, 62% on the core. Eventually, the minion wave is going to take it down. but with another shot connected, that's 53% on the core. And that allows you potentially to backdoor. So this will be a real interesting one. I am not sure how this is going to pan out now. 11 kills to 12. They want to end. 20 versus 20. And the core at the... I mean, the core is... The longer this lasts, Team Ragequit might lose to catapults. But the top lane is slowly pushing, and it's slow. It's all about getting kills now. Fish comes in. Old man, there's the ult on Hanzo. Sonya! She's so insanely low. The Ice Wall has been used, and the Punisher's down to 62% HP. They go for Mind Talk. He gets out, and guess what? Mei might not. She gets taunted, she dies, and that is the defense successfully executed. And they got a Hearthstone back quickly, because this is gonna hurt if it's allowed to do damage. So Sonya is gonna come back. Yeah, and already a little bit of damage against the core again, but this time it's only the shields. What a third game. I mean, damn. Oh, it could have been so much easier for ending for Ruby. But now, 13 to 11 kills. We're 20 minutes into the game. They're going for the camps again. Both teams have lost the keep. This is still wide open. Wide open. Okay. Now, of course, you try to go for the camps. Medivh is still flying around here. Mei has died 5 times now. And how do you make your play now? Mei is going to come back. She's going to come back in just a few. So, what's the play here? Yeah, trying to set a trap up doesn't really work if you have Medivh against you. Do you push? Do you play for the objective again? Spawns topside next. So, what is the game plan? Because right now, there's options. You still got, of course, the Haka. He has the global. He can still control those side lanes. But we'll see. Taking the wall downs, denying vision a little bit. That would be an aggressive play. I mean, they see Sonya at the bottom of the map, so as long as Sonya is holding the bot lane, they can go for this one. Yep, Sonya is in full vision because of this. So at the top, they take the camp away. Nobody's doing anything here. They're anchoring the sides with Varian. Everything is still good for them. So the camp is taken. Catapults are pushing in. Can't do too much else. And they don't want to attack too aggressively. So for now, they are just controlling the lanes. And again, the Haka later on could push the bot lane out a little bit. The problem, of course, is that Inting for Ruby's next objective, well, everybody's objective, is at the top lane. Meaning, you having top lane control doesn't do anything for you. Because the catapults are pushing through the lane, and all that Team Ragequit has to do is take those waves down as they come in, which they can easily pull off. So there's not going to be any threat through time. So that's pretty bad, honestly, for Inting for Ruby. They would like to have a much different setup here. But either way, Warwick is now sitting tight here. They're starting to look, of course, for that engage again. And Sonya in particular has absolutely crushed all of this. And here's the objective. Whoever takes kills wins this game now. Especially, of course, if it's Inting for Ruby, because they have already taken 47% of the core of the blue team. Alright. I don't think the blue team... Well, I mean, the blue team technically could try to backdoor too. Technically, you could try. With the ley line and all of this. Yeah, so you want to still keep a little bit of vision on them. Objective is up. Okay, here we go. This is for all the marbles. That team fight is going to decide the game. This team fight is going to decide the game, everybody. The taunt, the drag, and where's the ult from Hanzo? Not dropping it out. There it is. They wait too long. Varian is down. And here comes the isolation. He hits everything. 3 of them connected. They take down one of the damage dealers. Warwick is in a bit of trouble too. They're making the play right here for Sonya. At least they're trying to. Too late on the old Deckard Kane. And of course now it's a 4 versus 4. Hanzo had an opportunity to YOLO the ult out a little bit sooner and he didn't. Now they're going for the fight again. Sonya is in so much trouble. Sonya is in a world of pain. But the Haka isn't looking too hot either. They're looking for moves, but they can't make too many now. Variant down, but so is the damage dealer, the auto attacker, and everybody's low here on their side. So they go for the objective instead. They're starting to take some additional hits in. 9 are already connected. Everybody coming in for the heals. And of course, this is the engage from Mei. The trade being used. Another ult from Hanzo. The ley line in the back. Hanzo can go for the cooldown reduction now, and he's starting. He's reduced about 30 seconds with the first hit. A big ult now from Mei, though. They might go for the play, but she didn't go shatter. They still kill Hanzo. Hanzo is down, and can they get more kills here? They try, but it's Sonya that falls. Dehaka. Oh my god. Another ley line. Dehaka is still alive. Nox is here. Variant 2. Mei is down. That must be. That has to be. 3 against 4 on the map. Dehaka super low, but he makes it back onto the shrine. They're in the lead already, and now they just have to regroup and play this a little bit slow. Immediately, Medivh comes through the portal, trying to bait them a little bit here. Mid lane gets attacked. Keep the mid lane in mind. This is currently 3 catapults, 4 catapults. Dehaka is dealing with it. Another ley line, catching everybody up at the top as Dehaka is defending. In comes the taunt. They're trying to go for Jimmy again. The stacks keep stacking up for ending for Ruby. They want to go for the kill. And a big ult from the Deckard Kane. Stay a while and get wrecked. Down they go. That's the end of Jimmy again. And here comes the taunt against Medivh. Get murdered, baby. He's down. That has to be game. That just has to be the end of it. Down at the bottom, the keep is taking damage too. Now they go for Danozovsky, and they're trying to take him down. They don't have to chase him here. The objective is theirs. Mortar Punisher gets claimed. No chance to move through the middle. This just has to be it. Right now, 13 kills to 18, and they're making their way through the lane as Warwick moves to the top, trying to get a kill against Hanzo, but they're wasting time. The objective alone is going to end it. They need to defend somehow. They want the kills, and they might get Nox over here. A little bit of a bash with the pummel. Mindtalk is low. They gotta be careful. But Dehaka's on the way to the core. Dehaka, he doesn't give a shit. He's like, boys, I'm gonna end this myself. Everybody's dying. 3 kills. But Dehaka, he comes in. He's had enough for today. They want the lead. They'll get the lead. Inting for Ruby with the victory on Infernal Shrines against Team Ragequit in this Heroes of the Storm series. GG. Game number 4, Inting for Ruby. They got the lead, and Tomb of the Spider Queen is our 4th map. It could end here. Game number 3 was pretty insane. I mean, some of these fights just lasted forever. And it also feels a bit to me that Inting for Ruby, whenever they are ahead, they make their own life harder than it needs to be. Initially, they make the right decision. They're like, hey, we're ahead, let's push something, let's get something going. And then they either overextend or they do it in a way that allows for the opponent to get a quick kill against them, and all of a sudden the advantage that they build just falls apart. So now we got the ban on Phoenix again. Again, the sub player, question mark, is apparently the Smurf account of KOTJ, who is known for his Phoenix plays. That's one of the reasons why he's banned out all that much. But now that we're heading into Tomb, this could again be the end of it. Medivh, by the way, lost. He was incredibly annoying, but he's still lost, and now he's open again. On Tomb of the Spider Queen. Another amazing map for him. Now, Warwick gets a Sonya. I mean, Sonya and Dehaka in the last game were just nuts. I mean, honestly, both of them were just insanely crazy. I mean, it was ridiculous what they saw there. So, now with Sonya taken, I don't think you want to give them Medivh. If they don't lock in Medivh right away, then please at least ban him out on the 3rd pick, because this is just getting a bit too crazy. Now, slow mode for Inting for Ruby. Blaze and Jojo. Honestly, I like that combo for them a lot. They played that in map number 2, and it was incredibly well executed by them. The Blaze follow-ups were great. Also, now here they get wave clear. They have good survivability, so I think with that particular style, they're doing fairly well, or have done so far. And, well, what else are we gonna get? A little bit more important to see if the Medivh lock comes now, or if they just allow for a ban on the 3rd one. And it's Anduin plus Leoric. The janitor's gonna try to take out the trash. And with that, let's go. Because right now, you could ban Medivh. could just say, alright, screw it, Medivh gets banned. Then again, if Medivh gets picked on the other side, there's not a lot of wiggle room. So the chances of them picking Medivh are pretty slim. Because if you pick him, then it means you have to play either Leo or Sonya as the main tank. So yeah, there's a risk that you can take. We've seen a couple of Leoric main tank setups, but I don't really think that it's going to happen here. And it would be hella awkward as a composition if you would put Medivh into this now. And it will also lack a lot of potential CC. So there's more likely that we're going to still have a bit of a tank coming in. Then again, not necessarily. I mean, we've seen some of these Leo main tanks, and that could be the case here too. Anyways, time will tell. We got first of all the ban on Stukov, so on the support side, that's eliminated. But since Lucio is still up, since Brightwing is still up, since Deckard Cain is still up, no problems here, and the old man gets taken again. Sylvanas together with that combo. Yeah, now of course the moment of truth. Especially in the damage side. What are we gonna get from Team Ragequit? This is their last chance. If they want to go to the Masters Clash, they have to win this Heroes of the Storm series. They have to win 2 maps in a row now. And, yep. I had them pegged as a favorite. I thought the 2 teams would be kind of close, but I had them pegged as a favorite. Kel'Thas and Tracer. Alright. Kel'Thas and Tracer. And what does Mindtalk pick? What do we get for Mindtalk here? Because right now... let's see. I mean... I like the lineup. Oh, Zarya as well. Okay, this is pretty beefy what they have here. Inting for Ruby against Team Ragequit. Potentially the last map of this series. Let's head straight in. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Game number 4 kicks off with the blue team locking in Anduin for Danazovsky. We have Limu on Tracer for this 4th map. So yeah, a lot is going to hinge on him. Shizakid on Leoric, Warwick on Sonya, and question mark on Kel'Thas. Very beefy setup for the team that's in the lead here. Inting for Ruby with the 2-1 in this best of 5. Play Nox on Deckard Cain again. Fish on Jojo, Hat on Sylvanas, Mindtalk on Zarya, and Baby Houdini on Blaze. So they got a lot going on here in the hit point pool and have a super beefy and sustainable lineup, but they of course also need to make sure that they can push this properly. We have Fealty onto Death for Leoric on the level 1 talent. And he is indeed played as the main tank here right now. So let's see what they can do. First of all, at the top with the Sylvanas push, they're pushing, and they're pushing a little bit too long. As usual, they're staying too long. Do they lose the hero? No, they don't. They can still move away from it. But they have the same problem that they always do. They're overstaying just a bit. So they should stop at roughly half of the HP of the tower and then move back. This time it wasn't really an issue, they didn't lose anybody, but we've seen them with plenty of these plays where at the end of the day then they lost a hero or two. For now it's a good opening into the game, and they went for a greedy gamble, it worked out, so Sylvanas is definitely going to empower a lot of the pushes here. Hat has a lot of heroes to peel for him and really help him out here. And it's of course all about the gems again, so this is exactly what we're currently doing here. They're starting to make their play as they're jumping into this. Of course, the rotation is now happening, and at the bottom of the map, they're even rotating down here with 4. So they want to make another play. They're trying to rotate around them. But again, they are getting forced into these 4 versus 4 fights. So I'm not so sure why they're staying this long. They're jumping out, and immediately Hat gets attacked. They're trying to go for Zarya, and she dies. Now, I get the idea here, but if you are really trying to run around the opponent like this and use Sylvanas for damage, and I would have loved this Lucio pick over Deckard Cain because he can just empower these rotations. I think it's a bit too greedy to try and make this play now over and over again. If you want to make those attacks happen, I don't even blame them. Even without Lucio, it's fine if you feel that you can go onto the lane or onto the wall and take it down, but don't stay that long. Just do a little bit less damage and don't feel the need to drop a structure completely. You can still do that later. Now Hat gets attacked, and Leo talking about overstaying. He's definitely overstaying, and he gets punished for it too. And that's not the only thing. They're body blocking him hard. They're going for question mark. And they get out. Whoa, that could have backfired so heavily. Nobody going for the siege giants at this point. I guess the red team is going to try for a second approach. But yeah. We have both of them. Both of them are bit at the limit, I'd say. I mean, they're really looking for that one move that can get you ahead. And the fight is continuing down here. Now we have 4 heroes in, and the red team for some reason thought it was a great idea to move their heroes back. So now they're taking the objective, which is in this case the Siege Giants, and they're getting a kill on Tracer, and they're getting a kill on Leo, and they're gonna try for Anduin too. So heroes are dying all over the place. That's a slow against Anduin, and the Crybaby is alive. 3 kills to 1 and 10 additional gems for Inting for Ruby as a result, and now they're pushing the bot lane. It's a bit of a scrappy start into all of this, but since they're just brawling it out with pure force and teamfight control, they won the 2 fights, and that allows them to push with the Siege Giants and to get a lead in experience, a lead in kills, a lead in gems, of course, on top of that too. And they're turning in right now. So a bit of a gamble, a bit greedy, and they're rolling the dice, but they got 6s over here. So now they're looking really good on this. And Warwick is the one that rotated for the blue team over and over again between the mid and the top. And he gets 29 gems. So now they're already going for the bot lane again with Sylvanas. Start to disable that maybe even, get those minions connected. A bit of a setup here in the middle as Fish is running into Tracer. Well, more the other way around. Level 7 talents on already for them too. And the Web Weavers are starting to make their approach. Nox is here, went into the Ruby on level 4 again. Canai's Cube on level 7. Yeah, and it's party time. They got the extra talent, they got the push power. Of course, in the middle, there's a camp that was taken by Team Ragequit, so that helps them a bit with the defense. But down here, the party continues with a big push onto Leo, who's already losing a lots of HP. So he needs to back off quickly, and he's not the only one. Question Mark is also in trouble, and the pressure continues. The fort gets disabled, and they are making a big play for the first structure over here, and I don't see anybody stopping them. Especially since Blaze has now also done a bit more damage up at the top, but the fort is down, so that is looking solid. Up at the top side, yep, one of the towers is gonna fall, the gate is gonna fall. In the middle we see structures that have taken significant damage as well. They couldn't go for the fort itself, but still, this is a win on the first objective for sure. 66 gems in the hands of Team Ragequit. So now they're going to try and get their own turn in. And honestly, this is between the two teams probably one of the things that I would point out the most as a bit of a problem. That their control over the turn-in point and just generally them trying to just like slow the opponent down is not really all that great. Now Fish came in and did a bit of that. He has of course the flashlight they can use with the shield glare. But something like this shouldn't really happen. That Sonya can just for free turn in 47 gems. This is exactly what I was just talking about. It's a perfect example. If you have a hero on the other side that has this many gems, you need to keep an eye on them. And you can't allow them to get a free turn in alone in the middle of nowhere. That can't happen. So as far as plays on Tomb of the Spider Queen go, you need to keep a bit more of an eye on what's going on there. And now the Blue Bear Weavers are of course coming down. A good play against Khaldor nearly drops him, but with the camp that they have, they do some solid damage in the middle of the map. They cannot get a kill against the... Oh, careful. Hello, team? Tracer? Oh, and she's dead. Tracer is down, and this is the worst moment in time to die. Now that the Web Weavers are down and the level 10 is about to kick in thanks to the experience that they just got through the kill, we have the blue team with very little that they can hope for on this push. So, yeah, level 10 abilities, they are ready. Down at the bottom of the map, though, Baby Houdini trying to make it out. Mind Talk. And they get away. They all get away. Top Web Weavers, they are being defeated as we speak. In the middle, Sylvanas doing the same thing here. Hat shouldn't really stay too long. Jumps out, and that's one Web Weaver down. The walls are slowly crumbling, but it doesn't change the fact that these forts will hold. They are still here, still there. So now the next push, straight into the middle. Oh, there we go. Jet Propulsion Connect attempt, but Tracer dodging out on it. Fish, 22 gems. I mean, they got 61 in total. They're all Hearthstoning back around now. All looking for the mana. And off we go. That is the 4-1. There's the leap now. And Tomb comes in. Light bomb. Yeah, and leap with a light bomb. That just sounds dirty all around. But okay, it's time for another turn, you know, at least an attempt. One team does have the gems ready, the other one is still waiting. There's the leap, there's the light bomb, and there's the kill. Yep, dead. Completely dead. And Nox dies too. The blue team comes in and it drops them where they stand, and both of the heroes are as dead as HGC. Fish has at least been able to jump out, so there's that. Baby Houdini on 26 gems now, so they were carrying most of the gems. They couldn't get all of them, but yep, Team Ragequit, now that they have the level 10 abilities and the aggression, they're coming in and starting with another turn and hoping to get Web Weaver wave number 2. And we're coming back to the old problem for Inting for Ruby. You get ahead, and then you lose the advantage. So now here comes the play. Blue Web Weavers, they come down, touch the ground soon, and the defense has to be set up. Now the experience lead is still there for Inting for Ruby. And of course they have Sylvanas and everybody else now back to business. But the quest is nearly completed for Kelsas. And yep, it's a matter of whether or not you can survive now. Because if you can't, then you're gonna have a problem here. They try to go for Tracer. Yeah, there's no Blessed Shield. That's a problem. I don't really know why the Falling Sword. I don't really like it too much. I mean, they can put pressure onto the damage shield. They still get the kill against Tracer, but they could put way more pressure on her with the Blessed Shield. Now, they still got a 4 versus 5 here. They can tap the fountain as well. They do it. The leap comes in just a moment too late. But Mind Talk is about to go down, and he survives because of Deckard Cain. Oh my god, he survives because of Deckard Cain's ult. Fish is low, he gets the Iron Skin out, but the Web Weavers are pushing on all the lanes now. They defeat the one in the middle, and off we go. Top side, that's where they're splitting out now, down to the bottom of the map. Baby Houdini is dishing the damage out. They are losing the fountain here. The second Web Weaver wave has so far not gotten a lot of value. Well, he got value, but he didn't get a fort yet, and that's what we're mainly waiting for here. So 13 talents are on the board, and at the top, the fort has indeed fallen. Now, we're looking at 55 gems. They need to deliver another 26, and they definitely can. They got the level 13. This is the moment where you want to make your play. This is where you want to really go for it. 20,000 damage for Sylvanas, 24,000 for Kelthas, and Tracer has died 3 times already. And despite the fact that there's not a Blessed Shield. So they're pushing in with the camp, but they should really try to go for the turn in now that they have those level 13 talents. But they wait too long, and the opponent now has them too. So once again, it's an early recall, by the way, from Nemo. That's a cooldown that was just burnt here. So they're going for the 5 versus 5 fight. They are brawling it out. Fish is trying to turn in, forcing the reaction. Jet propulsion misses, but Leo, double entomb, and the leap leads to a double kill. Oh my god, they're trying to get a counter kill at least here against some of them, but it doesn't seem like they can make that play. Inting for Ruby, they amaze me. They really amaze me. This team has such a problem to not give up advantages that they play for. It is incredible. Every single time they do the hard part, and then once they've done it, when it's getting a little bit easier and they can play a bit more relaxed, by just making the slower and smarter plays and the easier rotations, they all of a sudden just blank on them, and that's a mad problem. So this is, by the way, a really ballsy move, because it's a 5 versus 5 up on the map. And yeah, now they obviously know what's happening here, but I don't think the rotation is going to be there in time. So Baby Houdini checks this out. He knows exactly what's going, but they're all moving in. There's the Entomb. That was meant to keep them out, by the way. That was meant to keep them out. Can't bunker up. There's the jump. They're going to lose everything. They're going to lose every fucking thing here. 1 down, 2 down, 3 down. At least Blaze dies, but that is a huge shit show at the top. And they take the boss in 4 kills. The Entomb was not meant to catch Blaze. He couldn't see Blaze. He was trying to keep everybody else out. And look at this. Talking about people giving up advantages. That was way too greedy. They got a few kills and went for boss, but the death timers are so low at that moment in time. So all of a sudden we have 16 versus 15 as the levels. There's only 2 defenders, the boss, the web weavers, everything is on the map. And what looked like a match that Team Ragequit could decide in their favor to force map 5 is all of a sudden completely out of control. Inting for Ruby are crushing through that top lane. And the web weavers in the middle and the bot lane are doing even more damage. It's still a 4 versus 5 up here, so you gotta be careful. There's the light bomb engage already. They get the quick kill against Deckard Cain. The top keep is now down, and the only thing that's left to do is retreat. Mind Talk, 33 gems. Those are lost. Once again, showcasing the problem here. Playing too long for this. They could have moved back way earlier, because if they didn't want to go for keep, for core, there's no need for that. Now at the bottom of the map, another keep might fall. Core is even taking a little bit of damage. But they lost a lot of gems, which was unnecessary. Of course, they're still taking fantastic advantage. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Look at the core alone. It's down to 82%. 2 of the keeps are gone. Now just played a little bit safe and Bob's your uncle. It's 22 gems against 30, so they're still looking pretty good here. If they want to make a play for the Siege Giants, I don't mind that either. Just make sure that you keep an eye on the lane, so that these guys are not all of a sudden coming in to take you. And yep, Sonya is there. Okay, that was a bit awkward. Just take the camp, but of course the idea was to stun her out before she can make a move. The 5 versus 5 is up, and it's 17 versus 17. But yep, let's have a bit of a look of what they can do now. Because right now, yeah, Baby Houdini is right there. Yeah, okay, so it's getting a little bit dicey now. 8 kills, 2-9. Both of the side lanes are, by the way, lost. It's not only that 2 keeps are down, they lost both of the side lanes. Yeah, they don't have to force something. They could. Yeah, they're trying, but again, that Entomb can always be a problem. Just turn in. They can play this a bit slow. From the perspective of Inting for Ruby, there's nothing that they really have to force, because the lanes are pushing now against the blue team and limiting their vision. And of course, on the perspective from Team Ragequit, they need to be the ones that can try and turn in. They got 50 gems now, and they want to get that turn in. They want to change the situation in structure slightly to their advantage, or at least draw even on some of these lanes. The camp is now taken for both of the teams, so they're claiming this one too. But with that, we have some of the gems already turned in, so the red team just decided to just turn everything then that they have. Good choice. But of course now, it's all about who wins this game. Inting for Ruby. If they win, they're in the Masters Clash. If they win, they are in the Masters Clash. Now on the damage numbers, 33,000 for Zarya, top damage in the game. Cassia is not in the game, therefore that doesn't matter. But Sylvanas, she's on 30,000. 43k for Khaldor. Yeah, he got quite a lot connected. But they got another 8 gems. And enough gems for the blue team now to make a turn-in happen. So now you have to keep an eye on both of the turn-in spots. Anduin has not died yet. Neither has Fish. Both of them have been alive the entire time here. So off we go. Here's another interrupt attempt. Yep, no chance for Tracer just yet. And again, as long as you posture around here, the bot lane is pushing. You got time. Let the catapults push in. Let them do some work here. Let the opponent worry about that later on. They're trying to go for Sonya. That didn't connect, but neither did the Entomb. That's a problem in and of itself. The Condemn gets already used. The Light Bomb, the leap into the back, trying to make the play for Sylvanas. She's trying to move away here. Has a 16 ready and uses the Unstoppable Frames. Falling Sword gets used to save Jojo for now. The bot lane is pushing with 2 catapults, and there's still an opportunity to turn some of the gems in. 2 of the catapults already at the bottom, and we are having a 3rd one coming in as everybody is getting chased over here. They're trying to rush away. They're slow. Iron Skin is being used. They're playing it against Sonya. Baby Houdini gets some damage in. They still got forts here. Those are helping out too, of course. And the core gets attacked. The shield is slowly falling. Gotta spread as the living bombs connect, but there's the 3rd catapult now taking aim. And that is a 3 going for the shields. The only saving grace is that we are early in the game and the catapults don't do enough damage yet. The Web Weaver's on a countdown. They're getting the Web Weavers here. Catapults will drop a few more points off the core. Here we have it. Bam. Down to 66. And up at the top, they're trying to go for Leo. And they're diving too deep again. But they have the 20. Yeah, there's the leap. Nope, not like this. Not this time. Cleansed out. They go for Leo. Shizakit is down, but so is Zarya. Here's the immediate engage from Jojo. Cooldown reduction is in. 20 versus 20. 2 kills against 1. Deckard Cain is dead too. Inting for Ruby with their trademark problem. They overchase and then they lose 3 heroes because they wanted to kill Leoric. Yep. Now the Web Weavers come in. And now, of course, you're facing a big problem. Because now your top lane is in real trouble. This is where Team Ragequit wants to make a stand. This is where they're going to try and take the keep down. And the fort in the middle has already been lost to the Web Weavers. At the bottom of the map, the catapults are dealing with this easily. Same would, by the way, have happened at the top lane. But because they moved in, now they're going to lose that keep over here. And they might lose more than that. That's 18 seconds for Deckard Cain, 26 for Blaze. Web Weavers are gone. I'm not sure if they're really going to try and go for core here. We got the Burning Despair, but yeah, they're trying. Zarya is back in just a couple of seconds, but they can force them back. And there's the cooldown reduction, and goodbye, Jojo. Johanna down, a leap in the back, the play for Sylvanas. They're trying to get a kill in, and they nearly do against Sonya. They will save the core for now, and they get the kill on Tracer. Kill on Tracer is ready. One keep is all they got. One keep is all they were able to get here. Whew. The games. 45,000 damage for Zarya. They still have 38 gems that were turned in earlier, the red team, and they have 23 that they can deliver. So they have a turn in. They have a turn in ready. Yeah, right now if you go for the camp, you can. By the way, the boss is up on the map. You can turn in now. Sonya and Tracer will soon be taken, of course, or soon be back on the map. So there's that. You still got the play. Especially once that Jojo is back. Even before that, you can make your way towards the turning point and try and turn in. Yeah, in comes Leo from the side. Careful for that entomb. Leap is also a problem. There's the engage, and bunker gets used. They get away. So far, so good. There's the leap, though, and the immediate connect from Sonya as she's trying to get the kill. Ult is getting used. Mind Talk gets a couple of potions, and he dies. He dies just 10 seconds before Sonya is here. Before Jojo is here, but she jumps in, they get the kill, and they take two. They take two of them down. Tracer isn't here yet. They're trying to isolate Sonya now. Leo is still in play as well, of course. They're trying to go for both of them. Zarya, the only one that died. Warwick is getting chased, and he is going to fall eventually. Down here, we're still seeing Jojo play it out against Tracer, but that is the delayed death of Sonya, and now they can go for that turn-in. But it is just insane. Camp pushing through the mid lane. Scrappy game now. There's a lot on the line here. Adrenaline is obviously pumping for both of them. Inting for Ruby. They are recovering. They could have such an easier life here, but they are finally in a position where they might be able to end for game. They're starting to straight up move through the mid lane. Can wait for the Web Weavers. Don't have to. Minions are coming in. They're trying to burn down the final keep. Sylvanas helping out with the push here. Only 2 defenders are ready. And now that the Web Weavers are coming in, they should be able to end the game here. Can they, though? They try to go for Leo. That's 27 gems. And he's gonna lose them. They might be recovered, though. The attack against Anduin already. He recovers the gems, and here come the Web Weavers. Through the middle, through the top, through the bottom. Zarya isn't here yet, but neither are Leo nor Sonya. The attacks are in. They're going for the kill against Tracer, and she dies once more. 16 kills. Anduin is about to fall too. The Crybaby is about to get dropped. He runs away as usual. The leap does not connect. The core is falling. The shield is gone. Johanna dies, but it is over. It is game. It is Inting for Ruby that moves on to the Masters Clash after winning this Heroes of the Storm series with a 3-1 over Team Ragequit.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.